Good afternoon, everyone. Myself, Ms. Nikita Elizabeth, teaching assistant, Department of Fashion and Apparel Design, KLE Technological University, Dubai. Today, we are all gathered here to a awareness session seminar titled Empower and Educate, awareness session on safe touch and eye care habits. It is an absolute honor to introduce Dr. Deepthi Joshi, who is a consultant, Department of Pediatric Ophthalmology and Starlimbus Joshi Eye Institute, Hubli. Dr. Deepthi Joshi has completed MBBS from the prestigious Bangalore Medical College and Masters in Ophthalmology from St. John's Medical College and Hospital, Bangalore. She has been a gold medalist for Rajiv Gandhi Institute of Health Science in both MBBS and MS ophthalmology. Later on, she has completed her super specialty in pediatric ophthalmology and Star Nimbus from Sick Kids Hospital, Toronto, Canada. Currently, she is working as a pediatric ophthalmologist and squint specialist at Joshi Eye Institute, Hubli. She is very active in both clinical and research front. She has presented and published multiple papers in national and international journals and conferences. She has won prestigious Best Squint Paper Award in All India Ophthalmology Conference 4 times. She has been confirmed International Ophthalmologic Hero Award by All India Ophthalmology Society for her Best Video Award in World Society of Pediatric Ophthalmology and Star Universe and Best Paper Award at Middle East Ophthalmologic Conference, Dubai. Non-ophthalmological, she is an active part of MASUM, vertical of an active international group, and Indians. She is actively involved in educating school teachers and students against child sexual abuse. She was a part of training 2000 school teachers for educating students against child abuse, sexual abuse. The activity being enrolled in Linka Book of World Records. Personally, she is blessed with 2 daughters and husband. Dr. Srinivas Joshi is the eye retina specialist at Joshi Eye Institute. Today's session, Empower and Educate, awareness session on safe touch and eye care habits, healthy body, healthy minds. Now I would like to request our beloved Head of the Department, Dr. Hemlata Madam, to kindly present the moment. Thank you, ma'am. Now, without further ado, please join me in giving a wonderful and heartfelt welcome to Dr. Deepthi Joshi, ma'am. Yeah.
So hello everyone. Okay, which time we mix it up as English, Kannada, mix, or we want purely English? How do we proceed next? Which Kannada mix? The boys 1 and 2. And 3. I have we build a friendship. Now, why I'm telling this is today's topic. Maybe somewhere you will feel this is more women oriented. But then no, I think what we are talking today, that's why the moment I came, I searched for boys here. And the first question I asked was where are boys? Because this topic, what we are going to talk today, it's as important to you both, important it is for these girls. There is a wrong thought process across our society. Safe touch annadu, or maybe somebody harassing, somebody abusing. All this happens only with women and but no. Nowadays, women are no less. So the opposite harassment is also happening. Unfortunately, in society, ಹೆಂಗಿದೆ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ, we think no, men are very strong. They are not supposed to complain. They are not supposed to cry. They are not supposed to say out things, or these things are not supposed to happen to the woman. Or the worst thing which happens is a woman touches a man and his friends say, hey, bhari mast allo, nin jodi ee tarad ಆಗ್ಬಿಟ್ಟಿದೆ. This is the mentality which is there in the society. So what I'm trying to say is whatever for the next half an hour, whatever we are going to talk, it's a talk. ನಾನು ಒಬ್ಳೆ ಮಾತಾಡಲ್ಲ. I require an input because I usually do these sessions for small children. ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ಏನು ಗೊತ್ತಿರೋದಿಲ್ಲ. But ನಿಮಗೆ, I think you know a lot of things what I'm going to already say. So let it be an open lecture. For half an hour, forget whatever introduction you heard about me. Forget all the introduction. Just DT for you. You are just whoever you are from. So we'll behave like friends. We'll discuss few things so that by the time you go back home, think retrospect that what you learned today is as important as a textbook of fashion designing what you have learned. Both of these things become equally important in your life. So the topic what I would be covering today for you would be your body, your boundaries, and your voice. I helped last year dating compared to what I'm going to teach you today. That compare maybe that goes somewhere behind, and I would put this as more important topic for you. Okay, so the topic basically was safe touch, unsafe touch. Our topic ನಾನು ಮಕ್ಕಳಿಗೆ ಸ್ಕೂಲಲ್ಲಿ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿರ್ತೀನಿ. So somebody touches you on your lips, on your chest, or in the area between your legs. This is a bad touch. This is an unsafe touch. ಈ ತರ ನಾನು ಸ್ಕೂಲ್ ಮಕ್ಕಳಿಗೆ ಹೇಳಿಕೊಡ್ತೀನಿ. And you are way beyond it. So I will not be telling you what is a bad touch. Let us just have some discussion into how various ways you can be touched with a bad. Okay, every man, every woman in their life, minimum once they undergo this. It's only up to us that we recognize it, we voice against it, or we stand up against it. So, whatever we are going to talk today, sexual harassment, what is sexual harassment? What exactly comprises as sexual harassment according to you? Anybody can come up. Your ma'am has just walked up. So we can have an open discussion. How would you define? You're all college students. And believe me, I'm a doctor. There is nothing harm in openly talking out because ನಾನು ನೋಡಿರೋಷ್ಟು ನಾನು ಮಾಡಿರೋಷ್ಟು ನಾನು ಎಡಿಟ್ ಮಾಡಿರೋಷ್ಟು ನಾನು ಕೇಳಿರೋಷ್ಟು ಕಥೆಗಳು ಯಾರು ಕೇಳಿ. So you can just open up and say what any one of you. What do you think? What is sexual harassment? ನೀವು ಹಿಂಗಿದ್ರೆ ಮಜಾನೆ ಬರಲ್ಲ ಅವಳೇ ಮಾತಾಡ್ತಾ ಇರ್ಬೇಕು. just ಊಟ ಬೇರೆ ಮಾಡಿ ಬಂದಿದ್ದೀನಿ ನಾನು ನಿದ್ದೆನೂ ಬಂದ್ಬಿಡುತ್ತೆ ಅಷ್ಟೇ. Yes, no raising hand. I said you we are not in some school now. You're my friend, I'm your friend. Just speak up. What's your name? Okay, what's your name? Yeah. Dia. So Dia speaks with Dia. Thank you. So Dia says, so forcefully physical ಆಗಿದ್ರೆ ನಿಮ್ ಜೊತೆ or somebody touches you in a very forceful manner, that is like you are telling no, and that person is coming and touching you, that is a sexual harassment. Well, this is what most of us say. But do you know that harassment, physical argument is very less as compared to non-physical type of harassments? Yes. See, for me to come and touch her, this bonding will take minimum 15 to 20 days. You're understanding that? Will she, suppose you college in the mane hogta idale and I just walk by her. The moment I try to come close to her, she will go one step out. She won't let any unknown person come even closer to her. So touching her is far ahead. Touch ಮಾಡಿ ನಿಮ್ ಜೊತೆ sexual harassment ಆಗೋದು is a very final step. You're supposed to know that you can be harassed in ways other than physical ways. So what are those ways? The first most important point, verbal. So people can harass you vocally. ಮಾತಲ್ಲೇ harassment ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದು. How? Sexual jokes. So people may pass. It may not be related to you. But if that joke is not making you uncomfortable in the public place, then you ask them to stop, or maybe you may just try to walk out, and yet the joke continues. This is a type of harassment. You understand? And then it's spreading some rumors about you. Cat calling you. The English word I have put it is slut or bore, but then ನಮ್ಮ ಕನ್ನಡದಲ್ಲಿ ಅದನ್ನ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ಇನ್ನೂ ಹಾಳಾಗಸ್ತದೆ. But unfortunately, ಹುಬ್ಳಿ ಧಾರವಾಡ ವರ್ಡ್ಸ್ ಇದ್ದೇ ಮಾತಾಡೋದಿಲ್ಲ. ಸೋಡಮಗ ಅಲ್ಪಡ್ರಂಡಿ ಇಂಥವೆಲ್ಲ ಕಾಮನ್ ಧಾರವಾಡದಲ್ಲಿ. But this no, isn't it? ನಮ್ಮ if any picture ನವರು ನಮ್ ನಾರ್ತ್ ಕರ್ನಾಟಕದವ್ರ ಮೇಲೆ ಮೂವಿ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕಂತಂದ್ರೆ, or if they want to make a reels on North Karnataka people, they assume talking these words is like num bread and butter ತರ ಅನ್ಕೊಂಡ್ಬಿಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ. And contrast to that, the Bangalore people are supposed to be very posh. I am a Bangalorean, by the way. I've come 14 years, settled in Mumbai, but now I feel North Karnataka is more close to me. But still, that is the way things are. So it may be our colloquial language, but that doesn't mean somebody can call me that. That doesn't mean I have given a liberty for some known person or an unknown person. I mean, a bitch. This is now normal language. I think even a 7th or 8th standard old child is talking nowadays. So I think that language, you talk like that, and then somebody calls you back, you get offended. This is another thing. Not whatever I'm telling you. See, if I am telling you that a sexual joke ನಿಮ್ಮೆ ಯಾರೋ ಮಾಡ್ತಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಅಂತಂದಾಗ ಅವನ ಆಗ್ಲೇ ಫುಲ್ ಡಿಸ್ಕಷನ್ ಹೋಗ್ಬಿಟ್ಟ. ಏನ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ಯೋ ಏನ್ ಡಿಸ್ಕಷನ್ ನೀನ್ ಕರೆದಿದ್ರೇನೋ ಯಾರಾದ್ರು ನೀ ಅವಳನ್ನ ಯಾರಾದ್ರೂ ಕರೆದಿದ್ರಂತೇನೋ ಅದು ಇಲ್ಲ ಓಕೆ ಹೋಗ್ಲಿ. ಸೊ ನಿನ್ನ ಹೆಸರೇನೋ ಏ ಶಿವಮ್. My friend is also Shubham. You are another Shubham. Shubham also lives in that. So if whatever I'm going to tell you, that if people do this to you is a harassment, remember if you do this back, it is also a harassment. So you messaging someone as, hey, something, and that bitch called me so and so thing, don't expect people to talk back to you in a wonderful way. ನೀವು ಮಾತಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಹಂಗೆ ನಿಮಗೆ ವಾಪಸ್ it comes back to you. So we need to refine ourselves. If you are expecting respect in the society, you have to change yourself. So this cat calling, ask somebody else about their sexual life. I know things are quite open nowadays. Maybe ನಮ್ಮ ಜಮಾನದಲ್ಲಿ ಆ ತರ ಇರ್ಲಿಲ್ಲ. But my daughter is now grown up. She's a teenager. And I know that she already is talking with her friends about all these things. But if somebody doesn't want to share with you, and you force them, no, this is not. That person is getting offended, and that itself is a type of sexual harassment. Then the next, body shaming. This is the worst type. And why have I put this as a body shaming is, there have been 2-3 incidences which have been reported in police station, and the other person against FIR kuda madidare just because that girl was offended by whatever they said. And believe me, body shaming was offense, and what sits inside the head alla bere yavado agutte. It is the biggest harassment. I think you are all in the fashion industry. Nimage plus size dresses is now in the mood, but it was not so before. There was no dresses for plus size people. People used to really struggle to wear dresses if they were fat. For example, let me give you this. Okay, so it's not changing.
Ma'am, Windows P duplicate ma'am.
That is true. So, okay, so when we talk about body shaping, why did I say so? This is me in my stories. Okay. Half the people never believe I was like this. I used to study in a city called Bedali, little Pada. All of us were tagged in Bedali. It's very rare to find somebody where Bedali because we are always sun. And in school, I was a tomboy. I was more of a vegetarian, kabaddi, coco, that sort of girl. So I was dark. I put myself as a dark, blonde girl who never bothered how she looks. I was called the Ragi Mutya of this as this was my name till 12th standard. Maybe that teenage hormone Siratala. People used to have some or the other person have crush on her. But I always had nobody ever looking at me also because that was the body on my time. Okay. Eventually, I thought if somebody has to notice me, the other strong point is I should, if someone, if you can switch off the mobile or put it in silent mode for the next half an hour, that would be really great. So I realized that the only way someone would notice me is if I study and come first in the school. Because no other way people were trying to notice me. And that's how I studied. Doctor आ गए, अब मैं super specialization मारने, pediatric ophthalmology मारने, ये full settled as a maybe. But maybe primarily, this was never considered as something wrong. And even my parents, the relatives were like, "Hey, Prasanna, in Magadi, ಹಿಂಗಿದ್ರೆ ಮುಂದೆ ಹುಡುಗ ಏನ್ ಹೇಳ್ತಿ?" Because people used to think girls ಅಂತ ಬರೀ ಮದ್ವೆ ಆಗ್ಬೇಕು ಮುಂದೆ ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ಅಯ್ಯೋ ಚಲೋ ಇಲ್ಲಾಂದ್ರೆ ಹೇಗಪ್ಪ ಮುಂದೆ. So my mindset was filled right from my teenage age that ಇವಳು ನೋಡ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ದಪ್ಪ ಇದ್ದಾಳೆ, ಇವಳು ನೋಡ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಚಲೋ ಇಲ್ಲ, ಇವಳು ನಾಳೆ ಹುಡುಗ ಸಿಗಂಗಿಲ್ಲ, ಇವಳು ಮುಂದೆ ಜೀವನ ಹೆಂಗೆ. Nobody thought this girl is studying well and she'll come up in her society, she may make up her own name, no. No one thought that. But no one taught me also that I can stand back and speak back when people used to tease me as they are doing. And I would expect that from all of you. So if somebody is teaching me, they are known as flat either, they are known as either, or maybe for a boy, he doesn't look very man. No, you need not listen to all these things. People are now standing up, people are now taking it as an offense. And if things go beyond an area when people are thinking that harassment ತರ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆ ಇದರಿಂದ ನನಗೆ ಬಹಳ ಮೆಂಟಲ್ I am always becoming very conscious, my rest of the life is being overshadowed by my body, people are filing an FIR also. So if you are, the thing is what I am telling is ನಿಮಗೆ ಯಾರು ಛೇಡಿಸಬಾರದು ಅಂತ ನಿಮಗಿದ್ರೆ don't do this job also. Somebody who would joke and it's just a joke goes into the stage of FIR, your whole career will be gone. So this is again a type, the verbal type of body shaming. Now when we spoke about vocal, there is something called as visual harassment also. So what is visual harassment? Someone keeps staring at you. This is very common. You are just walking on the road, ಮನೆಯಿಂದ ಹೊರಗೆ ಕೂತಿರ್ತೀರಿ, balcony-ನಲ್ಲಿ ಓದ್ತಾ ಇರ್ತೀರಿ, you are just sitting and somebody keeps on staring at you continuously in a bus, in jeepney, in train. So that is a type of harassment. Exhibitionism. This I think very few people at your age would have undergone, but I think our age group, all of us would have done this. Exhibition is, I mean, seeing this exhibition is basically people just flashing their private parts to you, or people asking you to flash their your private parts to them. So that is again a type of harassment. Making some sexual gestures, especially in public places, and sending images which are inappropriate, asking images which are inappropriate, sending for videos which are inappropriate, or asking people for videos which are inappropriate. So now that you are all on WhatsApp, Snapchat, so these things have become very common. So sending news, asking for news. So all these things, initially, I will come to the digital part after another 10 minutes, but may look good initially. Touch wood, if you break up with that girl or that boy, imagine that girl or that boy has something so private of you which you wouldn't even want you to go back and see those photos again. Have you ever thought what will be your life if those photos leak out? And there is nothing called privacy on internet. If you think that delete part will delete, nothing gets deleted. Once it is in the internet, the name itself says Antarjala Karita Kannada. It's like a net and web. Once it is there, even if you delete, you're deleting it for yourself, not for everybody. It's still there, people can still hack it, people can still retrieve it. So your nudes are roaming around unsafely throughout the world. Imagine this. So coming to the next part, what is this? Anybody knows what is this quid pro quo harassment? Anyone? So this is basically very common among the students, and that's why I put this for that. May not be happening in public, but it is happening in big cities, metro cities like Bangalore, Mumbai, where some seniors, some professors come up to you and give you marks, pass martini, question paper ಕೊಡ್ತೀನಿ. I need this favor back from you. This is clear cut. Fail ಆದ್ರೆ ಆಗ್ರಿ. Any one of you knows ನಾನು ಎಷ್ಟು ತಗೊಂಡು ಪಾಸ್ ಆದೆ, ನಾನು ಫಸ್ಟ್ ರ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಬಂದಿಲ್ಲ. ಅವ್ರು ಹೇಳಿದ್ರು ನನ್ನ ಇಂಟ್ರೊಡಕ್ಷನ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಗೋಲ್ಡ್ ಮೆಡಲಿಸ್ಟ್, you believed it. But do you know, did I any time flunk in my exam? Any one of you knows? No. Future ನಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾರು ಇದೆಲ್ಲ ಕೇಳೋದಿಲ್ಲ. ನಿಮ್ಮ ಬಯೋಡೇಟಾ ನಲ್ಲಿ ಇರ್ತಾರೆ, maybe your employment person will be knowing it, other than that no one else will be knowing it. But for that giving back a favor, and that person spreads a rumor about you, ಇವಳು ನನ್ನ ಜೊತೆ ಇದು ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾಳೆ, ಇವಳು ನನ್ನ ಜೊತೆ ಇದು ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾನೆ. I think that's a black mark on your life throughout your life. So if anyone does this with you, that's a type of harassment. The last I put up physical, which actually we are not is the only type of sexual harassment. Isn't it? So in the physical, everything. I will not touch this part at all. You all know very well touching, grabbing, pinching, hugging, brushing. Anything which happens against your consent is considered as a sexual harassment. So I put up this point against your consent, that because how old are you on? So you're all above 18. So for you, consent matters. When I talk to children, I never utter that word. So now this comes. Let me tell you few stories. What I told you, that bad touch, safe touch, unsafe touch, all these things. Shubham, if you're bored, you can go around, walk and come and so. Or you can miss answer. You was bored. I understand the picture. Yeah, no. So most of the time, we think this type of bad touch, touching, whatever I told you before, hugging, touching, all these things mainly happens with these all physical type of abuses, all these. Many people think it happens only with strangers. No. The stranger danger I teach only to the students of first, second standard. Beyond that, whenever it has happened with the known people only. That's what I gave you an example. Now, if I go close to her, because she doesn't know me, I don't know her, she will obviously go far. So, stranger nim hatra bandu nimman muttodu at your age is a very rare thing. At your age, bad touches or maybe unsafe touches happen mainly from the known people. There is this one girls' home and I told you I take these sexual offences class and safe touch classes for kids actually. There are many children who have already underwent sexual abuse in public. You people don't know that, that's it. So there are 3 homes. Andre where ಯಾವ ಸಣ್ಣ ಸಣ್ಣ ಮಕ್ಕಳ ಮೇಲೆ boy or girl. Boys again there are different homes, girls again there are 3 homes. So whoever children undergo sexual abuse, ಅವರನ್ನ ಆ ಮನೆಯಿಂದ keep them as safe, they have a special homes and they have to go and counsel them, talk to them. There is one girl in one of the home who is 2 years old. Okay. And I have been seeing her for past 1.5 years. ಅವಳು ಬಂದಾಗ 6 months old ಇದ್ಲು. In fact, the next time, ಅವಳು ಆ ಮನೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ತನ್ನ ಮನೆ ಅನ್ಕೊಂಡು ಕೂತಿದ್ದಾಳೆ. She doesn't even know who is her actual mom, dad, ಏನು ಗೊತ್ತಿಲ್ಲ ಅವಳಿಗೆ. I go once in 3 months there, she comes and hugs me, auntie ಬಂದ್ರು chocolate. That's the only thing she knows. Even in fact, ಅವಳು ಗೊತ್ತೂ ಇಲ್ಲ ಅವಳಿಗೆ ಯಾಕಿದ್ದಾಳೆ. She was abused by her chikkappa when she was 6 months old. Okay. The funny part is, ಅವಳು ಅಲ್ಲಿದ್ದಾರೆ, ಚಿಕ್ಕಪ್ಪ is at home. Why? Because people thought we ಹೊರಗೆ ಬಂದ್ಬಿಟ್ರೆ ಮಾನ ಮರ್ಯಾದೆಗೆ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ ಮನೆಯದು. They have told that she was not well, she is in some hospital in some care ಅಂತ ಅವ್ರ ಮನೆಯವ್ರು ಹೇಳಿದಾರೆ ಹೊರತು till date ಅವಳು ಎಲ್ಲಿದ್ದಾಳೆ ಅಂತ ಅವ್ರ ನೈಬರ್ಸ್ಗೂ ಗೊತ್ತಿಲ್ಲ. ಅವಳ ಜೊತೆ ಏನಾಗಿತ್ತು ಅಂತ ನೈಬರ್ಸ್ಗೂ ಗೊತ್ತಿಲ್ಲ. ಇನ್ಫ್ಯಾಕ್ಟ್ ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಿಲ್ಲ. a very tiny 2-year-old. So now maybe money safe and you have to accept many times your own relatives may end up doing that. And ಆದಾಗ ಏನು ನನ್ನ ಅಂಕಲೇ ಇದ್ದಾಳೆ, ಇವ್ರು ನನ್ನ ಆಂಟಿನೇ ಇದ್ದಾಳೆ, ಈಗಿನ ಮಮ್ಮಿ ಫ್ರೆಂಡ್ ಭಾಳ ದಿನದಿಂದ ನೋಡಿರ್ತೀನಿ ಅನ್ಕೊಂಡು ನೆಗ್ಲೆಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕು. ದಟ್ ಇಸ್ ವಾಟ್ ಐ ಆಮ್ ಟ್ರೈಂಗ್ ಟು ಸೇ. ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ಆ ಹುಡುಗಿ ಹೊರಗೆ ಬಂತು somehow. How many people, children across ಹೊರಗೆ ಬಂದೇ ಇರೋ ಎಷ್ಟು ಮಕ್ಕಳು ಇದ್ದಾರೆ ನನಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಿಲ್ಲ. So life, if you think that bad touches is always from the strangers, no. There was another one very posh school of Hubli. I initially start ಮಾಡಿದ ಇಂತಹ ಸೆಷನ್ಸ್ ತಗೊಳ್ಳೋಣ ಅಂತ. When I went, I was very government school ಹೋಗಬೇಕು ಅಂತಿದ್ದೆ. Because I had immediately ಎಲ್ಲ ಬರೀ ಅಂತವರಲ್ಲೇ ಆಗ್ತದೆ. No. I went to a very posh school, an 8th standard old, and I teach them. ಹಿಂಗೆ ಏನಾರ ಆಯ್ತಂದ್ರೆ ಹೇಳಿ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ನಾವು ಹೆಲ್ಪ್ ಮಾಡಕ್ಕಾಗದೆ. So finally one girl got up and said, I am telling ಹೇಳಿ. Today I will tell, I have been abused by my own friend's dad. That friend is sitting here only and listening to your talk. And 7 times I've told her, ನಿಮ್ಮ ಅಪ್ಪ ಈ ತರ ಮಾಡ್ತಿದ್ದಾರೆ ನನ್ನ ಜೋಡಿ, ಹೋಮ್ವರ್ಕ್ ಮಾಡಕ್ ನಿನ್ ಜೋಡಿ ಬಂದಾಗೆಲ್ಲ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಅಪ್ಪ ಈ ತರ ಮಾಡಿ. She is not agreeing. So the second point is your friends, parents, friends, uncle, friends, aunties, friends, relatives. So what I would like to say, it's not always that ಎಲ್ಲ relatives ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ ಅಂತ ಅನ್ಕೋಬೇಡಿ. ಅದು ಇರಲ್ಲ. It's not always green. It's not always red. So there are probabilities. What I'm trying to say is, ಯಾವಾಗಲೂ ನಮ್ದು unknown people, stranger danger ಇರುತ್ತೆ ಅಂತ ಅನ್ಕೋಬೇಡಿ. Stranger danger ಇದ್ದೇ ಇರ್ತದೆ. But sexual harassments, back touches, known people can also do with you. And if that happens, ಇವ್ರು ನನಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಿರೋರು ಇದ್ದಾರೆಪ್ಪ ಅಂತ ಸುಮ್ಮನೆ ಇದ್ಬಿಡಿ. Stand up for yourself. You are strong men and women who are already beyond 18 years of age. So I need not teach you, but you need to know this part. The last one, partners. I'm sure in bar when they are dating, boyfriend, girlfriend, the most common type of harassment what happens is from your own partners. Why? Basically, because of this emotional manipulation. You may not be ready, but these are questions. Any ಪ್ರೀತಿ ಮಾಡ್ತಿದ್ದಾರೆ, ನಿನ್ನಲ್ಲಿ ನಂಬಿದ್ದಾರೆ, but ನೀನು ಅಸೆಪ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಯಾಕೆ ನೋ. ಇದು ಮುಂಚೆ ಬಂದು ಹಾಕಿದ್ದೆ ನಾನು. Your body, your rules. You will decide whether it is a boy or a girl. You will decide when things should happen with you. Nobody else should decide for your body other than you. And you decide in a wise way. That is, ನಾನು will decide at ತಕ್ಷಣ ನೀವೇನೋ ಮನಸ್ಸಲ್ಲಿ ಡಿಸಿಷನ್ ತಗೊಳ್ಳ ನಾ ಮಾಡ್ತೆ ಬೇಡ ಡಿಸಿಷನ್ ಅಂತ ಯೋಚನೆ ಮಾಡಿ. You are all intelligent people. You are all very well read and being decision makers ಇದ್ದೀರಿ. So take the right decision. So ಮಂದಿ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರು, if you ನೀನು ನನ್ನ ಪ್ರೀತಿ ಮಾಡ್ತಾದ್ರೆ ನೀನು ನನಗೆ ಇದನ್ನ ಮಾಡ್ಬಿಡ್ಬೇಕು, ಇಲ್ಲ ನೀನು ನನ್ನ ಜೋಡಿ ಇದು ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕು. ಪ್ರೀತಿ ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಿ ಅಂದ ತಕ್ಷಣ ಮಾಡ್ಬಿಡ್ಬೇಕಂತ ಏನಿಲ್ಲ. ಎಲ್ಲರೂ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ. ಎಲ್ಲರೂ ಕರ್ದಿದ್ರೆ ಬಿಟ್ಟು ನಾವು ಬಿಡ್ಬೇಕಾಗ್ತದೆ. This is like a ಬಂದು ಯಾವ್ದು ಬ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಹೋಗ್ಬೇಕಂದ್ರೆ ಹಿಂದೆ ಎಲ್ಲ ಬೀಳ್ಬೇಕಂದು ನಮ್ಮ ಬೆಸ್ಟ್ ಫ್ರೆಂಡ್ ಕಪಲ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರು ನಾವು ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕು. No, that is not compulsory. There is no rule written like that. So everyone does it. No, this is also wrong. Then I don't be so sorry. This when it is not done. ಎಷ್ಟು ಸೆನ್ಸಿಟಿವ್ ಆಗೋದು ಬೇಡ. ಜೋಕ್ ಮಾಡ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ನಾನು ಅಷ್ಟೇನೆ. No, I think this is where the boundaries, your body, your boundaries ಅಂತ ಏನು ಹಾಕಿದೆ first question, first slide, that is where it comes as your boundary. So you should put a boundary. It's okay. Life ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದೇ ಹುಡುಗಿ ಅಥವಾ ಒಂದೇ ಹುಡುಗ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಇಕ್ಕಿ ಬಿಟ್ಟರೆ ಇನ್ನೊಬ್ರು ಸಿಗ್ತಾಳೆ. But at least respect, ಇಂದೊಂದು self respect ಅಂತ ಇರ್ತದೆ. Today you do it, but tomorrow you start. There are so many people who come to my friends for counseling. Teenage girls and boys come for counseling only for this. Our emotionally ನಮ್ಮನ್ನ ಇದು ಮಾಡಿದ್ರು ಬ್ಲಾಕ್ ಮೇಲ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ವಿ. ಈಗ ನಮಗೆ ಬಹಳ ಗಲೀಜ್ ಅನ್ನಿಸ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಮಮ್ಮಿ ಪಾಪ ನೋಡಿದಾಗ ಬೇಜಾರಾಗ್ತದೆ. ಅಮ್ಮನ ಮುಖ ನೋಡಿ ಅಯ್ಯೋ ನಾನು ಚೀಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಿದ್ನಿ ಅನ್ಸುತ್ತೆ. ಇದನ್ನೇ ಯೋಚನೆ ಮಾಡಿ ಡಿಪ್ರೆಷನ್ ಹೋಗಿ ಓದ್ದೆ, ಎಕ್ಸಾಮ್ ಕಮ್ಮಿ ಮಾರ್ಕ್ಸ್ ಬಂದು. ಬಾಯ್ಸ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಗರ್ಲ್ಸ್ ಕಮ್ ಮೇನ್ಲಿ ಫಾರ್ ಥೆರಪಿ ಸೆಷನ್ ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ಆಫ್ ದಿಸ್. ಸೊ ಬೇಡ ಅನ್ಸಿದ್ರೆ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಡಿ, ಬೇರೆಯವ್ರಿಗೋಸ್ಕರ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಡಿ, ನಿಮಗೋಸ್ಕರ ಯೋಚನೆ ಮಾಡಿ. ನಿಮ್ ಪೇರೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಗೋಸ್ಕರ ನಮ್ಮ ಅಪ್ಪ ಅಮ್ಮನ ಹಿಡಿಸ್ತಾನ ಅಂತ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಅವ್ರ ದುಡ್ಡು ಮೇಲೆ ನಾವು ಶ್ರದ್ಧೆ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ವಿ. Will I tomorrow 4 days down the lane ನನಗೆ ನನ್ನ ಮೇಲೆ ಮಾಡಬಾರ್ದಾಗಿತ್ತಪ್ಪ ಅಂತ ಅನಿಸ್ಬಾರ್ದು ಅಂತ ಅನಿಸಿದಾಗ go ahead. You are in a decision, so go ahead. Most important is consent. So if what is consent? ಈಗ ಇದರಲ್ಲಿ ನಾನು ಇಬ್ಬರನ್ನು ಹಿಡಿತೀನಿ. ಶುಭ and what's your name? Umesh. This is something which I put here. Clear, freely given yes ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೀನಿ. But boys, remember this. ಈಗಿನ ಕಾಲದಲ್ಲಿ girls yes ಅಂತ ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಹಿಂತಿರುಗಿರೋದು ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇಲ್ಲ. So this is very common in today's society. Many times it's a mutually physical ಆಗಿರುತ್ತೆ. ಪೇರೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಗೊತ್ತಾದ ತಕ್ಷಣ ಗರ್ಲ್ಸ್ ಅಪ್ಪ ಅಮ್ಮ ಕೇಸ್ ಹಾಕ್ಬಿಡ್ತಾರೆ ಬಾಯ್ ಮೇಲೆ. And the definition of consent is the third time. Because ನಿಮ್ಮ ಹತ್ರ ಏನಿದೆ ಓರಲ್ ಕನ್ಸೆಂಟ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಇಲ್ಲ ನಾ ಹೇಳೇ ಇಲ್ಲ ಅಂತ ಬಿಡ್ತಾಳೋ. ಲಾಸ್ಟ್ ಆಪ್ಷನ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಕ್ಟ್ಲಿ ನೀನು ಒಬ್ಬನೇ ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್ ಇರೋದು. ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬಿಟ್ರೆ what can happen? This can happen with girls also, this can happen with boys, but unfortunately ಇತ್ತೀಚೆಗೆ boys ಸುದ್ದಿ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆ. So ನೀವುಗಳು you should keep your eyes open. And there is a last time you ಹೇಳ್ತೀನಿ ಯಾಕೆ you should keep your eyes open. Both of you more ಅನ್ನೋದನ್ನ next explain ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಿ ನಿಮಗೆ. ಲಾಸ್ಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಹೇಳಿದ್ದೀನಿ ಅದನ್ನ, but this is what is happening. ನಿಮ್ಮ ಏಜ್ ಗ್ರೂಪ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ನೀವೇ ಯಾವ್ದು ಬಾಂಡ್ ಪೇಪರ್ ಮೇಲೆ ಸೈನ್ ತಗೋದಿಲ್ಲ. ನೀವು ಓರಲ್ ಕನ್ಸೆಂಟ್ ಮೆಕ್ಯಾನಿಸಮ್ ಮೇಲೆ ನಡೀತಿರ್ತದೆ ನಿಮ್ ಜೀವನ. ಅಂಡ್ ಡೋಂಟ್ ಥಿಂಕ್ ನಮ್ ಹುಬ್ಳಿನಲ್ಲಿ ಏನ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಹೊರಗೆ ಬರ್ತದ್ರಿ. ಯು ಆರ್ ನಾಟ್ ಇನ್ ಬ್ಯಾಂಗ್ಳೂರ್ ಅನ್ಫಾರ್ಚುನೇಟ್ಲಿ. ಆಯ್ತಾ ನಿಮ್ ಮಂದಿಗೆ ಚಿತ್ರಪಟ ಮಾಡೋದು ಚಟ ಬಾಳಿದೆ. ನಾನ್ ದವಾಖಾನೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಏನ್ ಮಾಡಿರ್ತೀವಿ ನಮ್ಮ ಮನೆಗೆ ಬರ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಮುಂಚೆ ನಮ್ಮ ಅತ್ತೆ ಗೊತ್ತಿರ್ತದೆ. ನನಗೂ ಗೊತ್ತಿರ್ತದೆ, ನನ್ನ ಮನೆಗೆ ರಕ್ತ ಗೊತ್ತಿರ್ತದೆ. ಸಾವಿರ ಮಂದಿ you do eventually will reach your parents. And the parents ತರ ಹೋದಾಗ ಈ ಕನ್ಸೆಂಟ್ ನೀವೇನ್ ಓರಲ್ ಕನ್ಸೆಂಟ್ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿರ್ತೀರಿ ಅದು ರಿವರ್ಸಿಬಲ್ ಆಗತ್ತೆ, ಹಾಗೆ ಹೋಗತ್ತೆ. ಇವೆಂಚುಲಿ either the boy or the girl, ಯಾರ ಪೇರೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಇನ್ವಾಲ್ವ್ ಆಗಿರ್ತಾರೆ, most of the time it is the boy who suffers the brunt of this. So think 100 times before it ನಾನು ಅಂದ್ರೂ think 100 times before proceeding being physical with the opposite sex. So that is something. And then there is this point, silence is bad. Even if things are going fine and finally sometimes FIR are not charged, because this happens very commonly. If the other party says I was just silent, that is not considered as a consent. Here is not considered as a consent. So if the girl says na hedar bittidde adike hoo ande, that is not at all a consent. So fear is not a consent. Igantu parties hogadu avella very common irtade. So being drunk, if it gets proved that that girl was drunk or the boy was drunk, it's not considered as a consent. Under the pressure who andidini tandu bitre, again it is not a consent. Being in relationship, ನಾವಿಬ್ರು boyfriend girlfriend ಇದ್ವಿ, that's again not a consent. So now Indian society marriage is the only consent. Unfortunately, so many people are not ready after marriage, but still marriage is separately an official consent in the Indian society. And you are still in India. So, but what why all these things ಇವೆಲ್ಲ ನಮ್ಮ ಹುಡುಗಿನಲ್ಲಿ ಆಗ್ಬಿಟ್ಟಿದೆ. ನಾನು ತಗೊಂಡು ಅಂತವೇ ಇಶ್ಯೂಸ್ ತಗೊಂಡು ಮಾಡಿಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಇದು. ಸೊ ಇವೆಲ್ಲ ಕಾಲೇಜ್ ಸ್ಪಿರಿಟ್ಸ್ ಇಂದ ನಮ್ಗೆ ಹೊರಗೆ ಬರುತ್ತೆ. STM ಇಂದ, AIDS ಇಂದ, ಹೀಗೆ ಸೋ ಮೆನಿ ಕೇಸಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಟೀನೇಜ್ ಪ್ರೆಗ್ನೆನ್ಸೀಸ್ ಇನ್ ದ ಹಾಸ್ಪಿಟಲ್ಸ್. STM ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಮಂತ್ಲಿ 2 ಟೀನೇಜ್ ಪ್ರೆಗ್ನೆನ್ಸೀಸ್ ಬರ್ತವೆ ಫಾರ್ ದ ಸೇಕ್ ಆಫ್ ಅಬಾರ್ಷನ್. ಅಂಡ್ ವೆನ್ ದೇ ಕಮ್, ಇಟ್ಸ್ ಆಲ್ ಥಿಂಗ್ಸ್ ವಿಲ್ ಜಂಪ್ ಅಪ್. ಹುಡುಗಿ ಜೀವನ ಅಂತೂ ಹೋಯ್ತು, ಬಾಡಿ ಇಸ್ ಗಾನ್. She's so many times the amount of trauma we manage try ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡು she never becomes a mother later, or she may never be eligible for being a married woman or a mom. And ಹುಡುಗ because all these points ಬಂದ್ಬಿಡತ್ತಲ್ಲಿ ಕನ್ಸೆಂಟ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ಆಗ್ಬಿಡುತ್ತೆ. It goes to an extent of rape. So life of a girl is also gone physically. Life of the boy is gone morally. ಕೆಲಸ ಸಿಗಲ್ಲ ಮುಂದೆ ಯಾವ ಕಾಲೇಜಲ್ಲಿ ಆಗೋದಿಲ್ಲ ಸ್ಕೂಲಲ್ಲಿ ಆಗೋದಿಲ್ಲ ಸೊ ಆಲ್ ದೀಸ್ ಥಿಂಗ್ಸ್ ಐ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಲಿಟರಲಿ seen this in happening in STM and kids. So be very careful before getting physical at this stage of your life. You ಪ್ರೀತಿ ಮಾಡಿ ನಾನೇ ಇಲ್ಲ ಅಂದಿಲ್ಲ but then keep it till a boundary. If it's a real true love, ಮದುವೆ ಆಗ್ತೀವಿ ಯಾಕೆ ಚಿಂತೆ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ ಹೌದಲ್ಲೇ ಯೋಗೇಶ್ ಹೇಳ್ತಿದ್ದಾರೆ and when we are dating, remember, even if you are a girlfriend or a boyfriend, no means no, and not now means not now. You still have an authority to say no, and silence does not mean yes, have no. So now, coming to the worst case scenario, somebody does a bad touch with you, someone has done an harassment with you. What next? And that is where acknowledge. Most important point. ಯಾರು ಒಪ್ಪೋದಿಲ್ಲ ನನ್ನ ಜೊತೆ ಆಗಿದೆ ಅಂತ ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ಅದನ್ನ to even digest it, it takes them 1 year. ಆಗಿ ಒಂದು ವರ್ಷ ಆದ್ಮೇಲೆ ಕೇಸ್ ಹಾಕಿ ಬರ್ತಾರೆ ಏನ್ ಪ್ರೂಫ್ ಸಿಗತ್ತೆ ಪೊಲೀಸ್ if they want to do some case or against you. The first most important thing, acknowledging. The next, say no. That's very important. So I am not comfortable. Stop. Do not touch me. ನೀನ್ ಯಾಕೆ ಜಾಗ ಖಾಲಿ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವ ಆ ಕಡೆ ಈ ಕಡೆ ಡೌಟ್ಗಳು ಕಾಣುವುದು. Do not touch me. So all these ways you can clearly say no, move away, and let somebody else. I think what we should do, and I want this point to happen from your side. There are boys we have rescued in Hubli. Unkaladiದೆ boys home ಅಂತ ಇದೆ. There are nearly 18 to 19 boys of various age groups. Unfortunately, these boys have underwent sexual abuse for 3 to 4 years before they have been rescued. Girls in both boys barangilla. And many times yak barangilla, edange illa ಅವರು. This is the worst thing. ಏನಾಗಿ ನಾನು ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ನನ್ನ ಮನ ಮರ್ಯಾದೆ ಹೋಗೋಗುತ್ತೆ ಜನ ನನ್ನ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಏನು ಯೋಚನೆ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ ಜನ ನನ್ನ ಫ್ಯಾಮಿಲಿ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಏನು ಯೋಚನೆ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿರದೇ ಯೋಚನೆ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ ಎಲ್ಲಾದ್ರೂ ಒಳ್ಳೇದು ಯೋಚನೆ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ ನಮ್ಮ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಜನ ಫುಲ್ ಮಾರ್ಕ್ಸ್ ಬಂದಾಗ ಮನೆ ಆಂಟಿ ಫುಲ್ ಮಾರ್ಕ್ಸ್ ಯೋಚನೆ ಮಾಡ್ತಿರ್ತಾರೆ ಸೊ ಜನ ನನ್ನ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಯೋಚನೆ ಮಾಡೋದು ಅಷ್ಟರಲ್ಲೇ ಇದೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ 4 years a 10-year-old boy has committed sexual abuse. Can you imagine 4 years ಅವ್ನು ಇನ್ನೂ ಬಾಯ್ ಬಿಡಲ್ಲ every time I go the amount of mental trauma that boy has underwent, nobody can understand. And this could have been prevented if we had spoken up early. So physical abuse is not just physical abuse. We have seen cases going into complete depression, manic depressive attacks, full psychiatric, full blown illness just because someone doesn't tell us. And ಈ ಏಜ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ನಿಮಗೆ ಮೇನ್ ಏನಿರ್ತದೆ ಅಮ್ಮ ಅಪ್ಪ ಹೇಳಿ ಇಷ್ಟ ಇರುತ್ತೆ ಫ್ರೆಂಡ್ಸ್ ಹೇಳಿ ನಾನು ಒಬ್ರಿಗೆ ಹೇಳಿ ಅಂಡ್ ಇಫ್ ಎನಿ ಆಫ್ ಯುವರ್ ಫ್ರೆಂಡ್ ಕಮ್ಸ್ ಅಪ್ ವಿತ್ ಸಚ್ ಸ್ಟೋರೀಸ್ ನಂಬ್ರಿ ಅದನ್ನ ಜೋಕ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಡಿ ರೂಮರ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಸ್ಪ್ರೆಡ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಡಿ ಟ್ರೈ ಟು ಪ್ರೊಟೆಕ್ಟ್ ದಟ್ ಪರ್ಸನ್ either by catching hold of their parents, your principal, your teachers, your staff, or the police is always there. Silence. You are not even protect ಮಾಡ್ಕೋತಿಲ್ಲ ನೀವು ಅನ್ಕೊಂಡಿದ್ದೆ you are protecting somebody else and that person is harassing internally ಇನ್ನೊಂದು harassment ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ತಾರೆ. So that is why you need to speak up. If you don't speak up, nobody can help you out. Then digital safety. Questions can be. This is the why did I touch digital safety? Because in Hubli Dharwad sexual harassment is happening online. Offline ಇದೆ but every person is hooked to internet. So via internet harassments are way too common nowadays. So now let me ask question. How many of you have same passwords across multiple accounts? Nande. Because ನನಗೇನು ಅನಿಸ್ತದೆ ಫೇಸ್ಬುಕ್ ಬೇರೆ ಪಾಸ್ವರ್ಡ್ ಇನ್ಸ್ಟಾ ಬೇರೆ ಪಾಸ್ವರ್ಡ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ಬೇರೆ ಬೇರೆ ಪಾಸ್ವರ್ಡ್ ಇಟ್ಟರೆ ಆಮೇಲೆ ಆ ಪಾಸ್ವರ್ಡ್ ಒಂದ್ ಕಡೆ ಬರೀತೀನಿ ನಾನು ಅದೇ ಪಾಸ್ವರ್ಡ್ ಆಗೋದು ಅಷ್ಟರಲ್ಲೇ ಇದೆ ಯಾವಾಗ ಅದು ಎಲ್ಲಿ ಬರೀತೀನಿ ಅದೇ ಮೊಬೈಲ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಬರ್ದಿಟ್ಟಿರ್ತೀನಿ ಎಲ್ಲೋ ಒಂದ್ ಕಡೆ So I actually keep same password throughout so many places. In fact, my daughter says me this phone pay to save it for me. Do save it for me. It's to that extent I've kept saving. How safe is my mobile? I care for thing. But logically speaking, if someone hacks your Facebook, he can hack your Insta, he can hack your Snapchat, he can hack your mail, he can hack every damn thing of your life. So this is one thing. Next question. How many of you have clicked the suspicious link at least once? ನಿಮಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಿರ್ತದೆ ಇದು ಒಳ್ಳೆದಲ್ಲ ಇದು ಈ ಮೊಬೈಲ್ ಅಲ್ಲೇ ಬರ್ತವೆ ಎಷ್ಟೊಂದು ಸತಿ ಗೊತ್ತಿರ್ತದೆ ಅದು ಸ್ಪ್ಯಾಮ್ ಕಾಲ್ ಅಂತ ಟ್ರೂ ಕಾಲರ್ ರೆಡ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಹೊಡಿತಾ ಇರ್ತದೆ ಮುಖದ ಮೇಲೆ ಆದ್ರೂ ಯಾಕೋ ತಿಂಡಿ ನಮ್ಗಳು ಗೆಲ್ತೀವಿ ನಾವು ಕೊಡೋದು ಅರ್ಧ ಹಂಗಿದ್ರೆ ನಮ್ದೆಲ್ಲ ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್ ಶುರುವಾಗಲ್ಲ ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ವಿ ಡೋಂಟ್ ಬಿಲೀವ್ ವಾಟ್ ವಿ ನೋ ಅಸ್ ಫಾರ್ಗೆಟ್ ಬಿಲೀವಿಂಗ್ ಅದರ್ಸ್ ನಮ್ಮನ್ನ ನಾವೇ ಬಿಲೀವ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಡೋದು. So similarly, emails, we know this is a spam email. We end up pressing it. How many times our account gets hacked because of those things? So next question. Whatever you are posting on internet. Okay, so let us assume you have applied for a job interview and see that interviewer sees your last 20 Instagram posts. Are you okay with it? Whatever you have posted last 20. Track or no other. Back to the which I would serious what this proves is, okay, let me, before I come to this slide, you're basically what I want to say is the digital CD coherent. And in the day, is your other person there. No ophthalmologist recognizes me by that CD now. People remember me by what they have seen about me on Facebook and Instagram. And in fact, Facebook, Instagram is also like that only. Now, the photo has suddenly yochನೆ ಮಾಡಿರ್ತೀವಿ. ಇದನ್ನ ರಿಲೇಟಿವ್ಸ್ ನೋಡಿದ್ರೆ ಏನ್ ಅನ್ಕೋತಾರೆ? ಹೌದಾ? ನನ್ನ ಆಫ್ಟಲ್ಮಾಲಜಿ ಕಲೀಗ್ಸ್ ನೋಡಿದ್ರೆ ಏನ್ ಅನ್ಕೋತಾರೆ? ನಮ್ಮ ಅಮ್ಮ ಅಪ್ಪ ನೋಡಿದ್ರೆ ಏನ್ ಅನ್ಕೋತಾರೆ? ಅವ್ರಿಗೂ ನಮ್ಮಮ್ಮ ಹಿಂದೆ ಕೊಡೋದು ಏನಿದು ಹಚ್ಚೆ ಬಿಡ್ತಾರೆ ನಮ್ಮ ಫೋನ್. So we try to maintain our, in fact, at my age, I am doing that job. I am trying to maintain my online. Whatever I want to show you, you are seeing. You are not seeing the real me. So that is more important because in Instagram, you would have seen some person happily enjoying vacation and you feel now, you enjoy my photo. You never know. So what you see on Instagram is basically what I would like to show you. I think to some extent you people should manage that. Because ನಾಳೆ ನೀವೆಲ್ಲಾದ್ರೂ ಕೆಲಸಕ್ಕೆ ಅಪ್ಲೈ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ or ನೀವೆಲ್ಲ ಅಂಡರ್ ಗ್ರಾಡ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇದ್ದೀರಿ ಈಗ ಪೋಸ್ಟ್ ಗ್ರಾಜುಯೇಷನ್ ಡಿಗ್ರಿ ಕೊಡ್ತೀವಿ. ಇನ್ಫ್ಯಾಕ್ಟ್ ಐ ಡೂ ದಿಸ್. ನಾನು ಎವ್ರಿ ಇಯರ್ ಐ ಆಮ್ ಎ ಪಿಡಿಯಾಟ್ರಿಕ್ ಆಫ್ಥಲ್ಮಾಲಜಿಸ್ಟ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ನಾನು ಮಕ್ಕಳ ಕಣ್ಣಿನ ಸ್ಪೆಷಲಿಸ್ಟ್ ಇದ್ದೀನಿ. ನಾ ಬರೀ ಮಕ್ಕಳ ಕಣ್ಣು ಟೆಸ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಿ up till 14 years. So I have every year I have 2 students under me. ನನಗೆ ಸ್ಟೂಡೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಸಿಡಿ ಬಂತು ಅಂದ ತಕ್ಷಣ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ನಾನು ಹೋಗಿ ಫೇಸ್ಬುಕ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಸರ್ಚ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಿ. I do that job. I see what is her, whatever she has posted instantly, what her friends have tagged her for. I make a mental picture of her even before I meet her for interview. So that is how your life is going to be in the future. Your CV, whatever you are going to send for your workplace is just one formality. No one is going to read your CV. So before you post anything, think 100 times. Is it going to affect my future? ಇವತ್ತು ಯೋಚನೆ ಮಾಡಬೇಡಿ. ಮುಂದೆ ಯೋಚನೆ ಮಾಡಿ. You are not big enough to think that much. So everything what you post. ಇವತ್ತು ಹಾಕ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ನಾಳೆ ಡಿಲೀಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಪ್ಪ ಸ್ಟೇಟಸ್ ನಲ್ಲಿ 24 hours ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಹೋಗ್ಬಿಡತ್ತಪ್ಪ ಅವೆಲ್ಲ ವಾಸ. ಒಮ್ಮೆ ಹಾಕಿದ್ಮೇಲೆ ಅದು ಇದ್ದೇ ಇರ್ತದೆ. ನಾನು ಒಂದು ಸ್ಕ್ರೀನ್ ಶಾಟ್ ತೆಗೆದು ಹಾಳಾಗಿ ಇಟ್ಕೊಂಡೇ ಇರ್ತಾರೆ. ಬೇಡ ಅಂತ ಫೋಟೋ ನಮಸ್ಕಾರ ಯಾವಾಗ ಹ್ಯಾಪಿ ಬರ್ಡೇ ಅದನ್ನೇ ಹಾಕ್ತಾರಲ್ಲ. That means if there is something, so whatever you have posted now, stage with someone or the other, or maybe in the internet. So think twice before posting anything. Think twice before downloading anything. Most of the time, viruses what we are doing, I have to go on to that. Think twice before opening any attachment which comes to you. Passwords are your passwords. Don't share it even with your best friend. Our best friend is only temporary. And college friend, every year friends change and that is how we people are. Imagine you pick your password here, highly unsafe. The last point, don't press any unknown friend requests, follow request, accept one. ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಹುಡುಗನ ಫೋಟೋ ಇರ್ತದೆ ನೋಡ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಮಸ್ತ್ ಹೀರೋ ಕತ್ಲೆ ಇರ್ತದ ಅನ್ಕೊಂಡು ಇವಾಗ ಯಾವ್ದೋ ಹುಡುಗ ನಿಂತು ಬಿದ್ದಾನೆ ಅಂತ ಅದ್ 60 ವರ್ಷ ಮುದುಕ ಇರ್ಬೋದು is trying to harass you, who is trying to hack you, who will chat with you and get all the details from you. Same thing with boys. Hey, so you never know. Yaro sundari ನನಗೆ ಕಳಿಸಿದ friend request accept ಮಾಡಿ. That is not that. So unknown friend requests, no, absolutely no. So that is the thing. I'll tell you one story. This had happened in 2 years back. District Child Protection Unit on case ಬಂದಿತ್ತು. One boy had uploaded 8th standard ಹುಡುಗ ಅವನು ಇದನ್ನ ಅಪ್ಲೋಡ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದ ಹ್ಯಾಪಿ ದಿವಾಲಿ ಅಂತ ಫೋಟೋ ಅಪ್ಲೋಡ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದ ಅವ್ರ ಫ್ಯಾಮಿಲಿ ಅವನು ಅವ್ರ ಅಕ್ಕ ಅವ್ರ ಅಮ್ಮ ಅಪ್ಪ ದಿವಾಲಿ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ನಾವು ಯೂಶಲಿ ವಿ ವಿಲ್ ಬಿ ನಾರ್ಮಲ್ ಸಲ್ವಾರ್ ಸೂಟು ಅಂಡ್ ಬಾಯ್ಸ್ ಕುರ್ತಾ ಪೈಜಾಮಾ ಸ್ಯಾರೀಸ್ ಇಟ್ ವಾಸ್ ಎ ಡೀಸೆಂಟ್ ಫೋಟೋ ಸೊ some person, some unknown person after a few days hacked that photo. Our ಅಕ್ಕಂದ ಮುಖಾಂತರ some nude girl attach ಮಾಡಿ morphing ಮಾಡಿ he let it sail and other they don't let it sail, they put it in dark web and all those things. ಅವಳ ತರ ಬರ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆ 4-5 months ತಗೋತದ್ದು. She actually committed suicide. She was a Prerna PU college student of lovers. Whose mistake is it now according to you people? Then they got to know the person who did it was some unknown friend request he would have accept download out money. Once he did this happened, he had actually removed that account as ಹೇಗೆ ಟ್ರ್ಯಾಕ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕು ಅವನು this unknown friend request ಇಂದ ಇದಾಯಿತು ಈಗ whose mistake is it? ಅವನದ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಟೆಂಡೆಡ್ ಹುಡುಗ ಬಟ್ he just put away normal happy photo ಅವನೇ ಅಂತ ಇಂತ ಫೋಟೋ ಹಾಕಿರ್ಲಿಲ್ಲ. That unknown person, cyber crime is also not able to track them. The dark web is truly dark. ಅವ್ರು ಮಾಡಿದವ್ರು ಹೋದ ನಮಗೆ ಇನ್ಫ್ಯಾಕ್ಟ್ ಆ ವಿಡಿಯೋ ಸರ್ಕ್ಯುಲೇಟ್ ಇನ್ನೂ ಡಾರ್ಕ್ ವೆಬ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಆಗಿ ಅವ್ರು ಮಸ್ತ್ ರೊಕ್ಕ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡಿರ್ತಾರೆ ಅದ್ರ ಮೇಲೆ. ಸೊ ಅವನು unknown person. The first affected is mother and father. 18 ವರ್ಷ ಒಂದು ಹುಡುಗಿ ಬೆಳೆಸಿ ಅವ್ರ ಜೀವನ ಕಳ್ಕೊಂಡ್ರು ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಒಂದ್ ತಂದೆ ತಾಯಿ ಮೇಲೆ ಎಫೆಕ್ಟ್ ಆಗಿದೆ. So whose mistake? According to you people, let us discuss whose mistake it is. ಇದರಿಂದ ಯಾರು ಮಿಸ್ಟೇಕ್ ಇಲ್ಲ ಅದನ್ನ ನೀನ್ ಅದೇ ತಿರುಗಿ ನೋಡಕ್ಕೆ ಜಂಪ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ಯಲ್ಲ brother who accepted a friend request, okay, anybody else? One who uploaded the photo, anybody? That is brother. So all of you, that one who morphed the photo, okay. So she said the third person, but only really get that. How do you catch? She's the culprit. Okay, but that is the society, right? The one who would be longer happily staying in the society. That's what I said about the 2-year-old girl as Chitabai Saram in the Manana Guta Ponitana. And what about that girl? Yaru out of mother suicide you never thought that, except for I agree that boys is a mistake. He was less than 18 years, not supposed to do, and I'm really put in the don't upload. My own daughter puts status, that is different. So, number one, that unknown person and two, you cannot control the dark web in this phone. So that is okay. Now what about the girl? Shubham, Umesh and the other girls over here. Anything like this happens in your life, suicide is not a solution. Anything like this, it's not just cyber ಬಗ್ಗೆ ನಾವು ಮಾತಾಡ್ತಿಲ್ಲ ಇಲ್ಲಿ. Any damn thing in your life happens, fail agri, marks hoyu, yaro harass ಮಾಡಿದ್ರು, ಏನೋ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರು, ಎಂದು life perfect. There is a solution for everything. And believe me, this world has a very short memory. ಒಂದು ವಾರ ನಾಪ್ಕ ಇಟ್ಕೋತಾರೆ, ಆಮೇಲೆ ಮರ್ತು ಹೋಗ್ಬಿಡ್ತಾರೆ. ಯಾರಿಗೂ ನನ್ನ ಬಾಜು ಮನೇಲಿ ಯಾರಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಅಂತ ಗೊತ್ತಿಲ್ಲ. That is the way, because I have my own so many problems that I can only gossip about one person for one day. Next day, I fresh gossip irtade. So, if you are committing suicide thinking, what will people think about me? No, nobody is thinking about me. People have their own problems. So, the girl is equally at fault. In your life, if someday happens, anything happens like this, never go for losing your life. So, the next, in the rules that have unwanted sexual messages, sexting, asking for nudes, sexual jokes, private content, so sex torture, all these things are types of online abuse only. So universities and employees, I told you all these things. So you can actually do, if you name your Google right now, what it shows is what somebody else will be seeing about you. Try Google open ಮಾಡಿ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಹೆಸರು ಹಾಕಿ. You will get to know what people are saying about you, and then you can change your image online from today how you want it to be. And this is something, passwords BP123 bitter to bad password. Once password is same BP123 everywhere, phone is unlike change passwords with friends and photos are the worst in the game kharab iರ್ತದೆ ಆ word use ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ. And follow request ಹೇಳದೆ, upload download ಹೇಳದೆ, report. So now coming to headline. Nation Shubham, the importance is everything. So, if any such thing happens with any of you, the national emergency number is 112. Local police station go to any time you can file an FIR. Or if you section of things are there, but you were traveling and tomorrow you reach Belgaum, you can file 0 FIR. You can transfer it to Hubli, which is the base area where it happened, or women. 4490 can equal helpline here, or you have another helpline 181. If there is a helpline, there is measure in this society. And then women in workplace harassment. If you go to Ministry of Women and Child Development, there is something called a she box. So she box and then you go Ministry of Women and Child Development have done this web page. There is something called as report a complaint. You can go and report online. They will try to contact you, sort out your problems without anyone beginning ನನಗೆ ಹೇಳ್ಕೊಳಕ್ಕೆ ಇಷ್ಟ ಇಲ್ಲ, ಫ್ರೆಂಡ್ ಹೇಳ್ಕೊಳಕ್ಕೆ ಇಷ್ಟ ಇಲ್ಲ, ಯಾರು ನಿಮ್ಮ ಮಾತು ನಂಬ್ತಿಲ್ಲ. Then the only way you can complain is this she box which is working in Women and Child Helpline Development. So 181-14490 she box and national emergency number 112 all works for you. And the cyber crime problem under 1930. This is your assistance number, or you can go to cybercrime.gov.in and complain if any online abuse happens about you. But Shubha, there is nothing for the men the way it has been done for women. ಗೊತ್ತಾಯ್ತಾ ಯಾಕೆ ನಿಮ್ಮಿಬ್ಬರಿಗೆ ಈ ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ ಮೋರ್ ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆಂಟ್ ಇತ್ತು? ಇವ್ರನ್ನ ಪ್ರೊಟೆಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ನೀನ್ ಜಗತ್ ನಿಂತಿದೆ. ನೀವಿಬ್ರೇನಾರ ಆಯ್ತು, our society is like ಮುಂದೆ ಮಾಡಿರ್ಬೇಕು, ಮಾಡಿರಲ್ಲ, ಶುಭ ಮಾಡಿರ್ಬೇಕಲ್ಲ, ಬೆಸ್ಟ್ ಗರ್ಲ್ ಇಲ್ಲ, ಹಾಗೆ ಬರ್ತದೆ. That's why you should think twice before you do anything, because our Lord still is not pro men the way it is pro women. In fact, despite being a woman, I will tell you, I have seen many women take advantage of this law which is there, which I think I would expect none of you women to do that. And then protect ಮಾಡಕ್ಕೆ ಇಷ್ಟೊಂದು ಇದೆ ಅಂದ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಕನ್ಸೆಪ್ಷುವಲ್ ಆಗಿ ಮಾಡಿ ಇಲ್ಲ ಇಲ್ಲ ಅಂತ ಕೇಸ್ ಹಾಕ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು you are pushing a man into a mess. And karma is bitch. I actually do this for him. It feels so bad. Remember that. So there is a law for women, but use it very wisely. I don't work on the pseudo-feminism principle. Neither should you people believe. Women idini and bittu other wild card use ಮಾಡಬೇಡಿ. Be strong. Stand up as a strong woman. Show you are strong. Like today, I have 2 daughters. In fact, I did not work. I have a whole hospital for me. ನಾನು ಕೆಲಸ ಮಾಡೋ ನೆಸೆಸಿಟಿ ಇಲ್ಲ. But why do I work? Somewhere I had seen my mom asking my dad ದಿನ ದುಡ್ಡು ಕೇಳಿದ್ರು. ಇವತ್ತು ಸಾಮಾನ್ ತರಬೇಕು ದುಡ್ಡು ಬೇಕ್ರಿ. And my dad used to joke, ನೆನೆ ತಂದು ಕೊಡ್ತಿರ್ತಾನೆ. And then I decided, ನಾನು ಈ ತರ ಕೇಳಲ್ಲ. So for my independence, I am an independent woman. Not for my arrogance. Never become, let your independence become your arrogance, woman. So independent women agri, hanganta ನಾನು independent ಇದ್ದೀನಿ, ನಾನು ಮದುವೆ ಆಗೋದಿಲ್ಲ, ನಾನು ಇದು ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳೋದಿಲ್ಲ, ನಾನೇ ಗ್ರೇಟ್ ಇಲ್ಲ. Marriage is important, kids are important, they are a part of your life. Live your life, but lead it with a self-respect. Lead it with an independence, but never harass anyone for the sake of this independence. I want to be in the top position and ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಕೆಳಗಿರೋ 4 ಮೇಲೆ ಹರಾಸ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಮೇಲ್ ಬರುದು, ಅವ್ರ ಜೊತೆ ಎಲ್ಲ ಮಜಾ ಮಾಡಿ ಮೇಲ್ ಬರುದು, taking advantage of somebody looking at you or liking you and mail ಬರುದು. Never do this job in your life. That is also type of sexual harassment which you will be doing on men if you do it. You're understanding that? So these are the numbers in which, and what are the legal consequences? Arrest, jail, fine. But if anything of this happens, you will be expelled from the college, and that's a black mark on your CV. You will never get a career option in your life. So last slide, I would like to bust some myth. Only women are victims. No, sexual harassment happens on both women and men. ಬರೀ men ಮಾತ್ರ harass ಮಾಡಿದರೆ? No, women can also harass. In fact, women can harass a men, men can harass a woman. Now, opposite. Men can harass a man, women can harass a woman. That is also possible. And for God's sake, any of your friends turn out to be a queer, LGBTQ, ಅವ್ರು fun ಮಾಡಬೇಡಿ. Then they were gone. They are way too sensitive about all those things. And they have equal respect what we have. So there is nothing called straight or tailor. Everything is fair in love and war. So never make fun of anyone. So abuses can happen from anywhere. Be alert as to who is trying to abuse you. My name and my photo will be projected. No. If you report abused photos usually ಎಲ್ಲೂ ಹೊರಗೆ ಬರುವುದಿಲ್ಲ. You are safe. So still report it. My family line will be tarnished. Normally ಯಾರ ಮೇಲೆ ಅಬ್ಯೂಸ್ ಆಗಿರುತ್ತೆ ಅಂಟಿಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ಸೇ ಎಸ್ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಅಪ್ಪ ಅಮ್ಮನ ಹೆಸರು, ನಿಮ್ಮ ಫ್ಯಾಮಿಲಿ ಹೆಸರು, ನಿಮ್ಮ ಹೆಸರು ಎಲ್ಲೂ ಹೊರಗೆ ಬರಲ್ಲ. The law is very protective towards the person who has underwent an abuse. So don't worry about all these things and ಮಾಡಿಸ್ಕೊತಾನೆ ಇರೋದು ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ ಏನಾಗತ್ತಪ್ಪ ಆ ತರ ಇರಬೇಡಿ. What will my neighbors think? I told you neighbors are meant to not think. If they had so much of brain, they wouldn't be neighbors. They would be sitting in my home right now. So don't worry about what others are thinking. So with this, I wrap up my today's talk, and I never again thank you. I ended this with all the best. So I hope whatever you learned today, you keep it in your mind for both your sake and for the other person who is your partner, for their sake. So love, live the life in a very proper way. I think that would be the best way. My friend finished. When I finished the talk, he knew the right time when he should have done. So now, any one of you have any doubt? Yes, Umesh. That's what